Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a video about how to grow your 4 type hair. Um if you guys don't know, I have 4 type natural curls. I really wouldn't know what to call mine. I guess I'll go ahead and say 4C. Um, yeah, I'll say 4C. Well, let's get into this video because I was finna just go on a tangent. But make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe, you all. I'm looking real chill today. I just got off work and I didn't feel like looking all too glam. My hair is already done like this though, but in this video I'm just going to be telling you guys pretty much all the things that I've been doing. I know my hair is braided up right now, so you can't really necessarily see how long my hair is or anything like that, but I want to show you guys, tell you guys how I grow my 4 type hair, because I know out of all of the curl textures out there that our specific curl pattern can be very tricky to deal with. It can be very tricky to grow out. So I know that there are some people out there that might need some help, might need some tips, and what better person to get it from than your former curly girl with the same type of hair. So I want to go ahead and just go through a whole bunch of different things that I do personally, and mind you, I have low porosity hair. So if you have low porosity hair, then you could take some tips from this, because I'm going to give you guys like some low porosity tips. I don't know if a lot of people that have 4 type hair have low porosity specifically. I'm not sure. I haven't looked that, statistic up or anything like that, but I've been seeing a few people lately that have 4 type hair that say that they have low porosity hair. So I'm wondering if that's a thing, but I don't know. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I do for mine. If you have low porosity hair, listen up, because you're gonna learn some things here today. So let's get into it. So the first tip I have is very important, is to oil your scalp very often, you guys, very often, and do massages on top of that. So the way I will go about doing that is that like after I get done doing my wash day routine and stuff like that, I will usually go ahead and style my hair and whatever I'm going to do. Most times I do a twist out, or like I'll go ahead and do whatever style that I'm doing and then like do my twist that way. But a lot of times I try to do styles where I'm going to be able to reach my scalp, so I will be able to like massage my scalp and oil it throughout the week, because I noticed with my hair, mini story time, y'all. One time I ran out of hair oil, and this was kind of like in the beginning of my natural hair journey. And I was kind of young when I first like transitioned. I was like in high school still, didn't really have a job at the time, and I wasn't graduated or anything. Well, duh. Anyways, so I wasn't really having a job, so I didn't really have a lot of money. And then one time I ran out of some oils, and the way I was getting some money at that time was through babysitting. But at the time, my older sister didn't really need anybody to babysit, so I was like, "Ooh, I'm strapped for cash," and I didn't ask anybody for any money, so I just didn't have no oil, y'all. And I was usually buying like those little dollar tubes of oil from the beauty supply or something like that, and I didn't have any of that. The only thing I had left was some shea butter, African shea butter. And I heard somebody say that they use that as like a sealant, which is basically like a oil when they do like the LOC method or LCO, however you do it. I personally do LCO, but when I had did that, I was using the shea butter in place of the oil on my hair, thinking that that was going to work. And then I didn't put anything on my scalp. So y'all, I noticed a dramatic difference. Is it dramatic? I noticed a dramatic difference in how my hair was acting at that time. And I was like, Oh my gosh, like it became extremely dry. It was really it was seeming like it was just dry, y'all. And you know, when your natural hair is dry, it kind of seems like weak, almost as if it's gonna break off. And I didn't go bald or nothing, but my hair definitely got to a point where it was just really, really weak. So I cannot stress how important it is to make sure that you have oils on your scalp. Make sure that you're oiling your scalp very often throughout the week. It doesn't have to be every day, you know what I mean? But at least make sure you doing it like at least 3 times out of the week, I would say. Cause it's crucial for us who have the 4 type hair, okay? So that's my first thing. And what the massages do, it just circulates blood to your scalp. So that way you can get some circulation going on, and that stimulates your hair to grow. So doing massages pretty often throughout the week, like whenever you put your oils on, or just using the natural oils on your scalp and just run it randomly. I'll do this at the nighttime if I'm just sitting there not doing anything, or whenever I'm just sitting down not doing anything. I just massage my scalp, and that helps to grow my hair super fast, you guys. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Like, my hair will grow just from me massaging my scalp all the time. So make sure you do that. Try that, and I bet you gonna see some results. I can bitch. I can bitch. If it works, come back and like this video. How about that? The next tip that I have for you guys, if you see me looking down here, I'm looking at my phone for the tips. But keep your hair moisturized, you guys. And this definitely helps a lot for us who have the 4 type hair, because as you know, our hair has a more difficult time. Like I said, specifically for me, since I have low porosity hair, it's really hard for my hair to stay moisturized, especially during the winter times and stuff like that. So it's very important that I keep my hair moisturized. So you see, like the style that I have now, this is a really good style to make sure that you maintain moisture in your hair, because when you do braids often like keep in like whatever you put in your hair. And like usually after I get done like conditioning and whatever I'm doing, putting my product in my hair, I would like let my hair sit under a bonnet or shower cap, plastic bag, whatever, after I'm done doing this type of style, and just let the products just soak into my hair. And throughout the week, I will go in with some water, and I will mix in some regular conditioner in my bottle, or whatever you preferably use to moisturize your hair, whatever you want to use, y'all. Or you can literally just use a leave-in conditioner spray that they sell in the stores, and just spray your hair throughout the week, and just make sure that your hair is moisturized. Sometimes I would like tweak up a hairstyle, like if I have 2 ponytails or something, like whatever I have in my hair, I'll just spray my ponytails and then retwist them, and then spray the rest of my hair, spray my edges, spray my nape. Keeping your hair moisturized just really helps for your hair to grow and retain length. As far, well, it won't help it grow, but it will help it retain any length that you get. Because the way you retain length is by making sure that your strands are strong and moisturized. So make sure that you take those tips, you know, don't be scared to put oil in your spray bottle, conditioner, whatever you may need to help your hair out. You know, you won't have to just put water in your bottle if you don't think outside the box like that. So the third tip I have is to keep a clean scalp. So make sure that you're shampooing, y'all. I don't know how long y'all go when y'all have y'all wigs and weaves and braids and things of that nature, but you want to make sure that you're keeping a clean scalp, because if you don't have a clean scalp, nothing's going to be able to come up out of there, you know what I mean? Nothing's going to be able to grow from that. So making sure that when you shampooing, that you're really getting your scalp and really getting all of the like gel, dirt, debris, dandruff, whatever is on your scalp, making sure that you really clean that. is really crucial. You don't have to exactly use like fingernails or anything because it really can be damaging. But if you do, just kind of go light with it, you know, give yourself a little light scalp massage and just make sure that you're just really getting down at that scalp when you're washing your hair, because that's what's most important at that time. Yes, you want the rest of your hair to get clean, but you definitely want that scalp to be clean for sure, because that's definitely going to help when your hair is ready to go for it to, ready for, get it together. When your hair is ready to grow, it will have something to come up out of. You know what I mean? Like, it won't be like, what is that? So, keep a clean scalp, y'all. And the next tip right behind that one is to keep a healthy scalp. So just like I just said, don't be scratching and scraping on your scalp. Like, don't ever be rough with your scalp, even if you're just randomly like scratching your head throughout the day. Most times whenever I have a hairstyle, I'll kind of try to scratch my head in the direction that my hair is laying. And if I do, I just lightly just like do it. I don't really try to just like itch it like I'm dying, because like if it's not a crucial itch, nobody needs to be scratching like hard or anything like that. You know, usually you can just do a little pal rub, scratch a little bit, and whatever was itching is done itching. Like, you're gonna have to go to ham with it. Yeah, just make sure that you're keeping a healthy scalp. Pretty much that's the only thing I can think of that can make your hair bad, besides like if you're like flat ironing or using heat. Try your best not to burn your scalp, because then you're just going to create sores and things of that nature. Don't do too, tight hairstyles, because that can also cause like it's tension alopecia. So from like constantly pulling on your hair, you get those little bumps and stuff like that. Just try to make sure that you're doing like hairstyles that don't require that much tension. But if you are, try your best not to like really pull on your hair like that. And if you have a hairstylist or something, make sure that they're not pulling on your hair like that, because that can really irritate your scalp. So just make sure your styles are loose. Make sure they're not just loose as a goose, y'all, but make sure they're not just tight. Make sure they're right, just right, and not tight, okay? That's my rule. Just right, not tight. The next tip that I have is deep condition every wash day. You really want to make sure that on top of just having your hair moisturized in general, you want to make sure that give it a deep condition, because that really saves your hair a whole lot. Like, that's what keeps your hair together for us people with curly hair in general, but especially us with hair that can get dry more often. So deep conditioning is my life. I can't really go too much without deep conditioning. I did that one time. Like, I think I ran out of deep. This is another story, y'all, of when I really didn't have no money. And one time I ran out of deep conditioner. So I just basically used, like, I just washed my hair and then I basically did my styling process. And I think I did that like for 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. I did it for about 2 weeks or so. And I noticed as soon as I did it, I was like, nah, my hair really needed a deep conditioning. Like, my hair, I pay attention to it. That's an important tip that I should have added in here, but it's not really something that grows your hair. But you definitely want to pay attention to what your hair is saying to you whenever you do something or you stop doing something. Like, pay attention to how your hair is responding. Like, because your hair will definitely tell you, girl, that ain't it, or girl, give me more of that. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to what your hair is even saying when you're doing things. So especially when it comes down to trying different products, like if you have a deep conditioner, sometimes your hair might not like the deep conditioner that you're using, so you want to pay attention to that. Personally, my hair really likes the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey deep conditioner, because it has baobab, I don't know how to pronounce that B word, but I will definitely put it on the screen for y'all over here somewhere. That oil really is good for people with low porosity hair, and whenever I use that, my hair is just like amazing afterwards. So you want to make sure that you're deep conditioning, because it really helps to revive the hair, and some deep conditioners are reparative. They don't just give your hair moisture, they also like repair your strands and things of that nature, whatever might be lacking in your hair. And if you're not regularly deep conditioning, you can be missing out on a lot. You want to make sure you're doing that. Also, you want to make sure that you do hair treatments each month for just a hair booster. Like, you want to make sure that you're doing something such as like a detox, or they do have actual hair treatment masks in the store. So if you want to get one of those, my personal favorite is the hair mayonnaise. I don't know what brand it's by, but it has like a little green jar on the top, and then it has like, it's just yellow. I'll take a picture of it and I'll insert it in this video, you guys, because I don't feel like going to get it right now. Not finna do all that. But that really works good to use like every month or so, because we need protein in our hair also, guys. And if you're not really getting enough of that in your diet, using a protein hair mask of some sort can definitely help your hair to just, like, when you use treatments like that, y'all, your hair just springs up, snaps up, like it just really starts to show out. And I'd be like, okay, good, go ahead. So you want to make sure that you're doing stuff like that, y'all, because it really can help your hair a whole lot. Also, when I say detox, like, I personally use the Aztec Indian healing clay. I always get that tongue tied, y'all, but that works really good for my hair. Like, as soon as I put it on, like, my curls are already trying to like spring up, pop up, because it really helps to like draw out any leftover product or whatever else could be in your hair. It really just takes it out and draws it out, and then your curls just get to popping, because whatever you put in your hair afterwards, your hair is really absorbing it. So that's why I say it's good to do these like once a month, because wherever you might be working, you know, chemicals and dirt in the air, and you know, your everyday, not every day, but your every week or 2 weeks of washing your hair might not be enough for your hair as far as, you know, getting it clean. So doing a detox and stuff can be really good. Doing hot oil treatments can really help to like boost your hair and how it acts and works and stuff. And whatever else is out there as far as a hair treatment, you might see some DIYs online. Don't try everything that you see, but definitely if you see it working for a lot of people, I would say try it, because those treatments really, they come through, especially after protective styling. The next thing I have on here is to keep your hair protected, you guys. And I put a couple of things underneath this one. Number one, you want to make sure that you're wearing your bonnet whenever you are putting your hair against something. Now, if you're driving, whatever. But whenever you are out, I mean, not when you're out, but whenever you're in the house and you're chilling, you're relaxing, and you know you're about to put your hair up against something, bloop, you better put that bunny on, girl. You better put that bunny on. Unless you got some silk sheets or something, like, unless you got a silk headboard or something. I ain't never seen that, but if you got something like that, then you're fine. But you want to make sure that you're protecting your hair anytime you're about to lean against some cotton or something like that, because it really pulls and snags on curly hair textures. I didn't frizz my hair up, y'all. But anytime you have like a curly hair texture, if you lean against anything with cotton, your hair will get snagged and your hair will get dry. So you want to make sure that you're protecting your hair, because that's why, you know, you see babies and they have like the bald spots in the back of their heads and stuff like that from just laying and rolling around and not having anything to protect their hair. You want to make sure that you're protecting your hair. Not to throw no shade towards nobody's babies, but that's what causes that. Also, you want to make sure that you're doing protective styling, you guys. You want to make sure that you're keeping your hair up as much as possible. You can wear it down, like I said, like you can do that, but you're gonna want to just have your hair down and out 24/7 all the time, because it definitely can put some wear and tear on your hair, especially since that's kind of like high maintenance, having to keep up with your hair like being out all the time. So you want to make sure you're doing a lot of protective styling. Hence this hairstyle that I have now. This is a protective style. This really comes clutch for my hair, especially for the length that it's at now. It's pretty much like a good length, but this hairstyle just always comes through for me. It's really good to do, and it's lazy. It doesn't take that much effort. Um, Another thing that I put on here is silk hair ties. Like anytime you're tying your hair up or pineapple in your hair or getting ready to go to sleep, you want to make sure that you're using like silk scarves, silk hair ties and things like that, because again, they don't dry your hair out or snag on your hair. So you want to make sure that you're doing that, okay? Just keeping your hair protected at all times, you guys. Please, because it's important to retaining your length. Another thing is low maintenance hairstyles. I feel like this could have went with protective hairstyling, but then again, I feel like this is pretty much, it's kind of separate. Just because, like I said, you can do a protective style, and sometimes protective styles might include leaving your hair out just a little bit. But if you want to do something like that, make sure that it's something low maintenance. Well, you can have like ponytails or something in the back of your head in your protective style. But a way to make it low maintenance is by twisting the strands in the ponytail. So, okay, now you have a twisted ponytail, twisted bun, something like that. You get what I'm saying? So you won't have to constantly tweak up on the hair that's like out, being like rained on or anything like that, you guys. Just keeping real low maintenance hairstyles like this. I won't have to touch my hair anymore throughout the week if I don't want to, besides when I'm trying to spray some moisture on it or something like that and just, patting it in. Like, this is something that you would consider to be low maintenance, something where you don't have to keep touching and pulling and tugging on your hair, because your hair can get irritated from that. And again, we will not retain length, you guys. That's kind of like something you're going to continuously hear me say, because when it comes to growing your hair, you want to make sure that you're doing things for your hair to come out of the scalp and make sure that it's growing. But at the same time, you want to make sure that the hair that's already out on your head is retaining length, because that's how your hair continues to grow. It grows from your scalp, and then the hair that's already out has to be healthy in order for it to stay growing. So you see what I'm saying here? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Also, you want to keep your hair oiled, you guys. It's very important. Again, I mentioned my story earlier, and like I said, I was using shea butter for my hair strands. That doesn't work all too good for me personally. I don't know about everybody else, but for me, just straight up using shea butter was not getting it. I would prefer that you use something that's just like a oil or something like that, after putting on whatever moisturizes your hair. So I just like to keep my hair oiled after I put on some conditioner or something like that. I like to go in with some oils on my strands, because my hair loves when I do that. Like, it just springs up even more after I pour some oil on it. And I will name a few oils that are really good for a type hair, and I will put it down here. Well, it's actually for low porosity hair, but either way, I'm still going to put it on the screen for you guys. I'm just going to pop like a few up. So I noticed with my hair a long time ago that my hair liked really light oils, but at the time I didn't know that my hair was low porosity. But my hair really, really loves olive oil. That's the main thing that I use all the time. But when I first started going natural, I used to use like grapeseed oil all the time. And I noticed that my hair really, really liked oils that were kind of light or on the lighter side. So if you have low porosity hair, or if you think you might have low porosity hair, you guys, like your hair is getting dry all the time, or it doesn't really absorb moisture really good, you really want to make sure that you use lightweight oil. Another thing that is going to help your hair grow is to be consistent with all that you do. In order for anything to flourish, in order for anything in your life to grow, or you know what I'm saying, just be successful, I realized that being consistent with things is what really, 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 really gets things done. If you do something for a little bit and you stop doing it, there's not going to be any results there. You know what I mean? So being consistent with your hair is definitely going to be what helps you in the long run. So make a routine. After watching this video, try to make a routine, see what you want to do with your hair, And then make sure that you stay consistent with that. Like, okay, I want to wash my hair here. I want to deep condition this many times. I want to do a treatment mask this many times. I'm going to straighten my hair this many times or that many times. Whatever you want to do, you guys, just make sure that you're consistent with how you're doing it, and make sure that wherever you're being consistent with is working, because you don't want to be doing something consistently and it's not working. So make sure you pay attention to what you're doing. Make sure that it's working. And then if it's working, just be consistent with it. That's all I'm saying here. Just be consistent with it, because you're not going to see anything happen if you don't keep it going. Keep it going. You definitely can change things up if you want to, but whatever you change, just make sure after a while you're consistent with it, because your hair don't like you being too inconsistent. I can definitely tell you that myself. So yeah. Another thing I want to mention that I really didn't put in here: if you have low porosity hair, before you do a deep condition, put in some regular conditioner in your hair and leave it on for about 15 minutes or so. And if you do that, y'all, it just like boosts the hydration in your hair, and that really helps to retain length, because it's just like whatever moisture does for the curly hair, y'all, it does its thing. So if you put on some conditioner, some regular conditioner, and then leave that on, again with a plastic bag. I like to leave anything that's about to moisturize my hair, I'm putting a plastic bag on. So put on a little plastic bag, let that sit for a little bit. You can let it sit for how long you want to, but I usually do about 30 to 15 minutes. So once you do that, rinse that out and then deep condition for about an hour or so. Your hair is going to be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, because it really helps to boost the moisture in your hair, especially if your hair is like super dry, or you notice like it's been super dry throughout the week. Do that, and I promise your hair is gonna be like right back to life. That's pretty much all I have for this video, guys. I really wanted to keep it short, simple, and sweet. I had my list here and I was just ready to go and give it to y'all. But let me know if any of this works for you guys in the comments. And if you like this video, you like any of the tips that I gave, make sure you give this video a like, and make sure that you subscribe to hear more things from me. I really love doing like videos dedicated to beauty type of stuff, y'all, because that's just something I've always been interested in. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing more videos for you guys as far as beauty is concerned. So if you like that type of content, you might want to subscribe and stick around, girl. You might want to be here. You might want to have your seat reserved. So make sure you click that subscribe button and turn on that bell so you won't miss when I upload. And I'll see you guys in my next video.